Alright, today we are going over an in-depth guide of making an online course using Kajabi. What's up guys, my name is Jamal from Courseacademy. In this channel we go over simple ways that you can start using to make passive income online using mainly online courses. And I'm going to be posting up at least 2 videos per week. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Now, I know that some people probably have been watching my series that I'm going from $0 to having 100K in revenue using online courses. But at the same time, you might have gotten a little confused in one of my first videos where I was actually making the course. And if you're starting up along the journey with me and mainly using Kajabi as well, and you're a complete beginner, then this video is going to be for you. I will just say that this video is going to go a little bit slower of a pace than the other videos, just so that I can go into a lot more detail and you could actually follow me along while I'm doing the whole process. But if this sounds like something that's going to be helpful for you, make sure you stick along the whole video so you don't miss any good steps. Alright, so hopefully you're following along with me. We're going to be starting at this Kajabi dashboard. Once you're at the dashboard, you're going to go over to products. You're going to see a little bit of the things that I made before, but we could skip past that. Go to new products. And as you can see, they give a couple of templates already. So there's one for courses, podcast, community, and coaching. Of course, for this one, we're just going to be covering courses. So you can click that if it's not already selected. And then just scroll to the bottom, do get started. And then we'll just do a sample one for now. Just type in test, nothing crazy. And then go to online courses at top. As you can see, there's other ones here as well. So you can do the blank courses, you can do the drip courses, do the member. You can also do the membership. This is the one that I actually made along with the course that I just created for the whole series that I made for YouTube. But just click here. This is the most popular one. This is where you put in any images that you want to have in the site. Again, for this, we're just going to be skipping it, but I would suggest that if you are going to be making an online course, don't just skip by it, actually make some type of brand so that your actual course could be following along. You want it to be where people, when they think of your course and when they think of your products, they all kind of get connected to the same branding. So put some thought into that before you actually make the course. And then continue. So between this is going to go into 2 different options. It could either be paid or free. So before you actually get to this page, if you just made an account, it's actually going to ask you right when you make your account to set up a payment provider. With Kajabi, it's going to ask you either going with PayPal or with Stripe. You could have both just in case, if people want to use either or. So you have to do that before you actually do this. Otherwise, it's just going to give you an option to do free. But we could do paid here. Right here, you could see the options that it comes up with as offers. So it could either be a one-time offer, it could be a multi-pay offer, where people could pay in increments. It could be a subscription where, you keep getting paid over time. So that could be, let's say, like $7 a month or so. Usually with courses, it's not that way. That would more so be something like a membership site. It wouldn't be a course. So with this one, we're just going to do, let's say, one time. And then you could just make up a price. For this, we're just going to make up a random price. We could just put in like $50 or something like that. And then you select the payment provider. Again, I have both already set up. I'll just do PayPal. And then you can do save and finish. And then it's just going to take a little bit of time to actually make the whole template for you. And then here it just shows you the template that it created. It's a pretty basic template, as you can see, but this is what it gives you from scratch. Now, there's going to be a couple of different things here. First, if you go into each module, if you want to actually rename the module itself, you just click here on the module, and then you can change up the title name. So let's say here, instead of course introduction, we could do intro. And then as you can see here, if you want to have some type of branding with it, you could do that as well. You could select the image and then add it to the actual course as well. But then you could do save module, and then it's the same thing with each one. So all these modules right here, first of all, as you're going to see, is the course is going to be broken up into a couple different things. There's the modules, that's these things that actually have like the folder names on them. And then when you click on the arrow on the side, it's going to show you the lessons that's inside of the module. So we just did the module name right there. To actually go into the lesson, we can go here, and then it brings you into the actual lesson that you want to make. So with this, it's pretty simple. Let's say if you want to change up the title of whatever the lesson is. Let's say as a test one, we do something like just getting started. As you can see, this is the module. This is the module that it's already assigned under. And then this is where you could select what type of media that you want to have with the course. So as you can see, it's going to be 3 different versions of media that you could have. It could either be just no media at all, and then you could just have writing underneath. Again, this is for people where you don't feel too comfortable just putting yourself in front of the camera, or you don't want to even be, recording your own voice or anything like that. This is just stuff where, you could just write out the whole course and then that's it. You don't have to do anything else after that. But it gives you the 3 formats. It could either be nothing at all. If you want to do a video with this, usually you would record your video beforehand. So let's say with me, when I was actually making the course for the series, I set out time where, I just completely went down. I kind of broke it up into different phases. I kind of broke it down into different phases. I would record all the videos, I would cut them down and edit them, as I could. And then after it was all finished, with the video was looking good like I wanted, then I would go to the file here. You go to upload a new file, and then you just can choose the file and just choose whatever you want. And it's the same thing for audio. Same way, you go to pick file, and then whatever file that you have as audio, you could just select it there. And then on top of that, this is just the description for all the courses. Now, the awesome thing that I honestly really like with Kajabi is the fact that they really give you templates, not even just like templates to build out the courses and stuff like that, but they actually give you, it's almost like guides sprinkled in along each part of whatever you're making. So whether it be you're making emails or you're making courses, like as you can see here, they give you a kind of a template of what this lesson should be like. So as you can see here, welcome to the online course template for Kajabi. This template should be used as a guide and starting place to get your first or 20th online course off the ground. And then it kind of goes into more detail after that. So this is the type of stuff that you see a lot of with Kajabi. It's like they'll give you guides of what to do and what to say along each part. And then on the side, as you can see here, there's a couple of different things as well. There's status. So with status, of course, if you just want to save it as a draft, you don't want it to go local, or you don't want it to go live yet, then you can just keep it as a draft or keep it published. This is the same thing with the lesson thumbnail, or whatever picture you want to actually add along with the course, you could add that here. And then this is the comment section. So I'll show you how the comment section looks like after we go through the next part of what it looks like when it's live. But yeah, this is where you could select if people could actually comment on this part of the course or not. So let's say for this part, it could be visible. You just select here, it's hidden or locked completely. And then on the bottom right here, you also have downloads. So let's say for my course, if there was something that I wanted to actually give them that they didn't get before, or there was just a specific part of the course where they might need a certain type of information, then I could link that in here and add it as a file. And same thing with automations. We're not going to go too deep into that because you could go pretty wild with automations. Automations is basically just where you can have a certain action set up where, let's say after the customer does one thing, then they automatically get sent to another thing. And usually that's what we do when it comes to email automations and stuff like that. But again, this is just on course creation, so we're not going to go too crazy into that. And then after you're done with everything, just make sure that you actually go to the top and press save. If you don't press save, then it could all get wiped away. And then as you can see here as well, you could also do preview on the top right, and you could see exactly what everything is going to be built like when the person actually comes to the site. But we'll X out of that. Like I said, make sure you press save, and then you can go back on the top left corner. In the same way that you do that with that course, well, with that lesson, you could do that with every other lesson there. You just change up the module name and then change up the lesson name and edit it the same way that you feel. So after you do all that stuff, then the next thing is actually customizing how the whole course looks from the outside before you even go into it, and even all the branding that you could do with the course itself. So you go to customize right here, and then you just click here, customize, and then boom, this is where it actually shows you what the course is going to look like when the person actually first comes into the course. So let's say they just clicked into your course and they just signed in. This is what they're going to be seeing. So before we actually get into everything with this part of it, the main way that you actually edit everything is, it's honestly really simple. You can do it two different ways. Technically, you could either go on the side portion right here on the left, and you can go to whatever portion you want to edit and then make changes there. But the way that I would usually do it, and the quicker way, is just clicking on whatever part that you actually want to make changes to and then making the edits there. So as you can see, whatever I click, it changes to actually edit that portion. So let's say here, a lot of times, I mean, unless I have like a whole module, a whole, long course, let's say for mine, I just took this away. So if I wanted to make a change to this, I didn't want to have the header there, you could just take it away completely right on the top here, show header, boom, it could be gone. With this, again, you just click into it and then you make whatever changes you want. Instead of having the background that's already there, you could change that into something that you like. We'll make a quick example. Go to a file, boom, go background, add that there. And then boom, it's uploaded. And you do that same thing with everything. Whatever you want to edit, you just click onto each side. Obviously my name is not John Doe. That's just the thing that's already selected on the course. But that's the same thing with every part that you want to go to. And then the other thing I also want to show you, because this is just what the person actually sees when they first come into the course, but let's say when they choose one of these courses or when they choose one of these modules, you can also edit what you could see there as well, what the customer will see there as well. So to do that, you go to the bottom left corner right here, and this is where the actual panel comes up where you could actually select what other part the customer is going to be going to inside of your course. So to actually get to where the customer is going to be getting taken to when he clicks into the lessons, you can go here, and then usually the one you'd want to go to is posts, and then boom, it'll take you there. So this is the area that you were just at when you were actually making the lesson. So let's say when the person actually clicks into the lesson, this is where they're going to get taken to. And the same thing with this, you can play around with anything. You can really change up just about all things about it. Whatever color scheme you want to have. Let's say instead of this, Kajabi's normal colors is usually like blue. Instead of having blue, you could have something else like red or white. If you want to do that, you can just click on the side here. Boom. Play your background color. And then with everything that you do, just click save for it to remember. Let's say with this, if you want to change the colors for that, you could do that as well. Go to button color. I want to make it red. You could do it like that. Do black as well. And that's it. And you just do the same thing with everything. You could go on the side as well. You could click and choose. You could choose however you want to actually make certain text. So let's say instead of having next module, you could do something else as well. You could put in something else. You could do next section instead. But again, with everything, all you're really doing is just clicking into that side and then just making the changes after that. Instructor, instead of doing instructor, if you wanted to change that up and put in master, you could put in anything there. And then of course with everything, again, just make sure that whatever changes that you actually make, you want to take that second and just make sure you're saving whatever you're doing, because you don't want to get through all that stuff and then again just have everything washed away. So press save there, and then you're good to go. And just as a test, so you could actually see what things are looking like when the customer is going to it as well, you can go here in the top right corner, you go to preview, and you can preview what the customer is going to be seeing with every part. But we're gonna X out of that, and you want to make sure you're doing this as well along the whole course, because you gotta think that like not everyone is going to be going along your course just with the website, you know, just with going on the PC or on a laptop. Most people that are taking your course is going to be using their phones or their tablets or something like that. Like more people use that stuff rather than being on a computer. So you also want to go to the bottom right corner right here, and you could select what other viewing options the customer is going to have as well. So it's on desktop right now, you can go to tablet. It gives you two different versions of a tablet, tablet H and then tablet V, and then what it would look like on mobile as well. So just make sure every change that you make, you're making sure that it looks good on all versions, it's not just one. And that's all there is when it comes to actually making the course. To be honest, making the course itself on Kajabi is really not that hard. I would actually just say the part of recording the course and editing the course is probably the most extensive process through it. But putting it all through Kajabi is really not that hard. And on top of that, if you guys are just struggling with making your own course and just exactly what steps to take along the whole process, I have a link in the description below that you can go to where you can get a completely free course. All you have to do is type in your email and I'll use that to send it to you. But it's just going to help you out a lot when it comes to actually setting up the whole process. And in my next video, I'm just going to be going over some of the tips and tricks that I actually found out when it came to actually building up my follower base, just so that we can drive to these courses. So just make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you can be alerted when the video comes out. All right guys, till next time, peace.